Yo ho ho! What's going on, boys? This is Grimper bringing you a Marvel versus DCEU movie tier list. Now, I know the official name isn't DCEU, I believe, but as you guys are already know, what it's gonna be. We're gonna take all of the Marvel movies, all of the DC movies, and we're gonna rank them from S to F, perfection to garbage. There's a variety of them, and there's a variety of methods in which to do it. So if you guys want to hop into the chat or hop into the voice chat to participate and give your opinions, then go right ahead. It's gonna be an open stream, so let's get it started. Without further ado, damn, I don't know where I should start. Should I start with the best ones or the garbage ones? Let me pick with the garbage ones. All right, which do I think was just garbage? Thor, no. Strange, Civil War, X-Men. I don't know which X-Men this is. Is that First Class? I gotta hit up the guy who made it, and he can help me out. He tell me which one it is there. That's The Last Stand. I can clearly see that one. This has to be First Class. I think it's that one. But they have the yellow suits. Deadpool 2, Deadpool 1, Dark Phoenix, Wolverine, Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that Scooby-Doo? What the hell is that? Suicide Squad? The first one or the second one? I don't know what that is. Hold on. Let me tag the guy who made the tier list, because maybe he should be able. Hold on. I don't know if he's watching the tier list. That's the thing. Let me see. I think he's watching it now. We'll get to it in a second. We'll just skip it for now. So we got this looks like maybe not Far From Home. Is it Far From Home? Not sure. Alright, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Dark Knight, The Winter Soldier, Black Widow, AntMan and the Wasp, Black Panther, Hulk, Iron Man, Ant-Man, the Snyder Cut of the Justice League, the new Suicide Squad. There's the old Suicide Squad. That's the new, I think. Shazam, Dark Knight Rises, the What If series, WandaVision, Guardians, Dark World. Okay, that can't be Suicide Squad because this is Suicide Squad. And what is that one down there in the corner? Is there a DC movie I haven't seen? Like is there Birds of Prey? I think it's something like that. I'm not sure. But going from this, bro, I'm probably honestly gonna go with either the original Suicide Squad or one of the X-Men. Or Deadpool 2. High key Deadpool 2 to me is like, that shit was big booty. But not as booty as that in the Wasp. Damn, bro. Let's go with Black Widow. That was like real good garbage. Like strong garbage. And honestly, bro, what's her name? Florence Poe. She was the best part of the movie. The guy from Stranger Things, was negligible completely in the movie. Like, the plot was kind of okay, but no, it was, like, I don't know, man. I didn't like it at all. And if we're throwing that down, then honestly, Shazam. Yeah, that's next. So, I don't like the family part. Because there's a Shazam that's not the five, he doesn't split up all the time. That's. I think it's like Prime. I'm not sure which of the Shazams doesn't just give his power out to the rest of his family. Or is that in all of the stories? Regardless, like, way too childish. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's my fault that, like, I don't know. It just seemed like way too like Disney specialist movie. Like kid oriented type. Like not even like PG-13 like the rest of these. Like like the childishness or the immaturity that I got from the movie, like it felt like not even a real superhero movie, bro. Like the way the actor described it, he said like it's Big meets something else. I don't know what. I've never seen Big. I've never seen what else it meant. Whatever else he said that was connected with it. But regardless, I think it's unsatisfactory. I'm not sure when I'm putting garbage. We may adjust it, but and Captain Marvel. Because honestly, I kind of liked the twist. Kind of like that. But, I don't know, I may drop it here to, yeah. Logan, perfection. Literal perfection. That's what I wanted in a superhero movie. Like they talk about rated R superhero movies, it's Logan, 100%. Like the storyline's really good too. Like action's top tier. Like this is Endgame. Booty. Where's Infinity War? Here it is. Infinity War. Perfection. Culmination of all those movies. Endgame was a complete letdown. But Infinity War, curveball, surprising spark. Did not expect that whatsoever. New, refreshing, great job, great script, great theme, great scenes. Like, great job juggling all those characters. Like, and speaking of that, if we have to put it together, I'm putting Endgame in B class. I'm sorry, man. To me, the only good part of Endgame is like the last fight scene, I guess. The rest of it was just like nostalgic, like goodbye stuff throughout the entire film, man. You didn't have to copy or do a complete continuation of the first film of Infinity War, but like I don't know. I've honestly felt like the majority of Endgame was a waste. Like I legitimately felt like it was a waste, as if like, oh, the story's ending, so you're using this story time, this plot time, this screen time to reminisce and connect and do all these things like that. When just push the plot forward. I know they tried to intertwine it. You know, go back in time, go get these things so we can change it up. Time crystal. Like the time serum to get the Infinity Stones. Sure. Mixed together with like all the like, hey dad, and like Thor going back to see his mom or stuff like that. Like, come on, man. Like I don't care. Like you could have found a different way, an easier way, just a different way of like intertwining that connection to that plot point or that development point with the continuation of the storyline of the fight, of the action, of like what's going on. But like, No, bro, it's completely changed the tone of everything, man. Like, I didn't like Endgame. The last fight scene was alright, but then they threw that like SJW stuff in there, like heavy, bro. Like impossibly blatant, bro. Like not even trying to hide it or pretend. Strange is good. I'm honestly the thing that I'm most excited for in the MCU now is Strange. Spider-Man's right next to him, but Black Panther's or the Chadwick Boseman is gone, so they're gonna be doing. It's a toss-up to the exactitude of like what they're gonna go with now, because we know how political like Disney is and Marvel has been. So I'm doubtful that like the next progress or the next phase of the Black Panther won't be intertwined with like crazy political representation, forced political representation. T'Challa was, to me, in my personal opinion, the best in Civil War. Not in his own movie. In his own movie, he had to share too much screen time. Well, it was even worse in Civil War. Don't get me wrong. Excuse me. It was worse in Civil War, but in Civil War, there was a bunch of different other elements that complemented his character aside from like majority screen time, right? Whether it was like the fact that he's a new character, the method in which he made his entrance, the connection that he had to a storyline, the fact that he was like opening up a much bigger like aspect or dimension of the MCU. All those things were new and were happening in Civil War. That's why, to me personally, his presentation in Civil War, his appearance in Civil War, was more enjoyable. While in Black Panther, we did get to see like the variety, the technology, the politics of the place, like I guess even how they see the world. But I felt like he was overshadowed by Killmonger, and to a degree, it wasn't because they were both doing well. It was because I think Killmonger just like overshadowed him. I don't know if that's just because of the writing. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily because of the acting, because I honestly don't think that I forgot his name. The guy that plays Killmonger, I forgot his name. That he's a good actor. I liked him in Chronicle and a few other things. I haven't seen the Creed movies, which are some of his better acclaimed movies, so that may be why I don't have the best idea of him. But his acting is always like off, or like I don't know. Like you can tell like some actors, they have like their expressions are off, or like it just feels off. It feels fake sometimes, and he has that sometimes. Like you can tell he's acting or forcing whatever. Sometimes, not all the time. It's not like he's not a passable actor. He's definitely a passable actor, but yeah, that's my gripe about Black Panther. It's an exceptional movie, and that Civil War is probably better than it, but I feel that like in Black Panther, Killmonger got the attention not because of like screen time or because of they both did good acting, but because it's like B. Johnson or something like that. What's the guy's name? He just acted better than him. We were just talking about Civil War. I was just having up Civil War, bro. The variety and oh my god, bro. Like Civil War was that thing, bro. Like the different heroes just facing each other. Just the fact that we got to see Iron Man versus Captain America. Like the tension that was building up from like Avengers, even like. Just the fact that we got to see that was like the badassery. You get to see all the rest of the heroes fight. We got Vision as well too. Vision, bro. Vision shows up in Age of Ultron and puts in that work. But in Civil War, he did leave a little bit to be desired, but like. Just the fact that we had him out there, dealing with, bro. Spider-Man came out there too, bro. We got AntMan's presentation too, bro. Like Vision getting in there, getting a chance to show out and put in some work too. Ended up taking down the War Machine on accident, bro. Like Civil War had some great stuff in there. Like we got to see Black Panther and Captain America fight for a little bit. We get to see that cool ass scene where Hawkeye is throwing arrows at Black Panther, catches him and blow up in his face. and he just like walks up with the mist with the smoke all everywhere, like, hey, bro, I'm gonna do that thing to you, bro. You can't even hit your arrows. Like, it was badass, bro. It was badass. You even get the scene at the end too, where Iron Man, Bucky, and Captain America are fighting in that 2v1, and Iron Man's stronger than them. Like in Infinity War, where Captain America says that Earth just lost its strongest Avenger when Iron Man left the Earth. That was not only true, but he meant that shit. Like, to me, Civil War is a proof of that. You can say, oh, Captain America won. Like, the Winter Soldier, a guy who's supposed to be literally the same thing as him, as like literally the ultimate soldier, bro. The captain himself, bro. The literal super soldier program. Like, now they're teaming up to bring down Iron Man, bro. Like, come on. And this is a guy that can like potentially compete with Thor. Like, we see what he does with Thanos in Infinity War, in Endgame, not Infinity War, in Endgame. See what he does. So, come on, it's not like he got exponentially stronger from Infinity War or from even Civil War to Endgame. Doesn't seem like it whatsoever. He went rogue or whatever. That's really the biggest difference. So like, Civil War is up there, and I think I got Civil War over over Black Panther for sure. And honestly, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna put up Doctor Strange too, because the plot of Doctor Strange is continual, and it's literally the basis. Almost, it seems like it's gonna be the basis of the entire next. Not even like, you can't say phase. It's arc. Like the next entire arc of the Marvel universe is based off of Doctor Strange, and it could potentially be based off the roots of Doctor Strange. Now it looks like this is what I've been seeing on the internet. I'm not positive about this. I'm not sure. This is my speculation. It seems like the final villain of the Loki series may be the actual final villain of the entirety of the next phase, or the next arc, right? You know, we get like 2 or 3 or 4 phases that build up to Thanos. If we are to get a replica of that same formula, right, where we get multiple phases leading up to a final phase or the conclusion, then it's plausible that this individual may be who we're talking about. Now, I don't know his exact. I think they're calling him King, but I'm not sure if that's actually who he is, or if like he represents the same exact replica of the character in the comics, if like he's going to be used that way, if the powers are the same, if it's the same instance, if the TBA even exists in comics or whatever. Like, I don't know that far yet. This is all speculation, but that's people are saying that he could be the potential villain for it. If it's not him, I honestly would be pushing for Dormammu from Doctor Strange. Yes, Doctor Strange managed to use only one Infinity Stone to like bind him, but it wasn't like he defeated him. It wasn't like he won. He just used his trickery and his skill and his wit to like perpetually like inconvenience him. Like, so it shows the vast strength and vast power of Doctor Strange. And to be honest, if we're going to be going with strict scaling, you would almost say that a Sorcerer Supreme is capable of fighting Dormammu. So anybody that's capable of fighting a Sorcerer Supreme should be tough. But I wouldn't necessarily say that. I don't think the Maul, Thanos is a lieutenant. I don't think he could fight Dormammu. I don't think he has the same skill set to deal with Dormammu, or the same information. And it's not like Doctor Strange. I'll have to rewatch it, but I'm not sure how detailed or how in depth, how informed Doctor Strange was of Dormammu. Because remember, he tried to open up this little crystalline thing as he was like doing first testing out the Eye of Dormammu, and then like he opened that up, and then Wong came in and he said like, "Hey, you're making abnormalities. You could be opening a door to a different place." And it seems like the Caecilius, I think, is a bad guy. What's his name? Their entire basis, their power is based on like trying to open a portal for this guy to come. So I don't think it's as easy to deal with Dormammu. And I think that Dormammu has the abilities as a character to like not only influence multiple other characters for movies. For example, let's say you get an entire phase where you're facing. I've made this example about Blade because I'm hopefully it's gonna happen about Blade, but it works with Dormammu as well. Dormammu as well too. Why not get an entire phase of movies where you get the 5 primary heroes, right? Like, it would have been Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and the Guardians, right? Those 4 franchises, they each get a movie where their final villain in that movie is based on Dormammu or based on Blade, right? So for Blade, I was thinking you get one of those primary vampires or one of the royal vampires or one of the like aristocratic vampires that's strong as hell, very, very important, deal with a certain city or area or region, and then you have a certain Avenger deal with them individually in their movie until you get to like the end of the phase where you get the Avengers ensemble movie, and then you deal with like a bigger threat or whatever the case may be. Maybe you intertwine some of the threats that like the heroes didn't have, but maybe do something different. Because don't get me wrong, Age of Ultron was fine, and I'm not the one that complains about it. That's not an issue with me. And I liked Loki as well. He was just like conventional and different. Like he pulled out a threat. He literally attacked New York, so that was fine. And then we obviously got the threat with Thanos, who took 2 movies to deal with. So it's not like the villains for the end of these movies, for like the end of the phases even, are lacking. But Doctor Strange's villain is good. And the fact that like the way that they introduced him as a villain, it was that like he's a perpetual threat to humanity. Like we don't necessarily have a way of just killing him. He's going to continue to exist. Like we don't necessarily have a. There's nothing in the MCU, at least the movies. I'm not talking about the comics, that implies that Doctor Strange is a way of killing Dormammu. It seems as if he's always been here. That multiple Sorcerer Supremes have been dealing with Dormammu. So that's the case that I'm pulling out. That like if this guy is a little perpetual threat, right? Why not make him the entire big bad of like the entire arc, not just one phase? Or if you are going to make him the big bad of one phase, that's fine. That way you can bring him back perpetually whenever you need to, because he is a constant threat. Like the Sanctums do hold back this threat of like, and it's not just him. The Sanctums are not just holding back Dormammu. There's much more other threats they're holding back. So, in Doctor Strange 2, and I have to in WandaVision, we should be like, for the next phases coming up, there should be like a lot more instability in regards to the Sanctums in Doctor Strange's job. Like I think somewhere, I'm not sure if this is real or just fan art, I think I saw a Spider-Man suit Doctor Strange buffed though. Like it had like Doctor Strange markings and shit like that on it, like magical markings. Oh, we're gonna see a like, bro, that's badass as fuck, bro. Like, it was badass, and it is badass whenever Spider-Man gets a new suit from Iron Man. Just like his regular suit was, we barely got to see it, right? We only got to see it a little bit in the beginning of Civil War, and then he got one of the real suits. And then the rest of the time it's been about him maintaining the ability to use that suit, or the right to use that suit, right? We saw in the first Spider-Man movie against Vulture that he had to use different tactics, and he remembered like, yes, you can do. Remember when he was in the rubble? He was stuck and he just was calling for help, but then he managed to push through. And that's always been the struggle, that like earning and ensuring that you deserve it, that it's your right, you're being responsible, and that like here you earn this. So he's always been a good aspect of the character, but the suits, bro. Like it did nothing but amplify him as just everything, bro, in every single aspect. It amplified Spider-Man. All his movies were more enjoyable because of the tech. He looked better. We had an affiliation with Iron Man, somebody from a different movies. So now we have the crossing of the movies, which that's what we've all been like waiting for. We always wanted the crossovers in movies. Like, oh, this hero from that franchise, that hero from that franchise, crossing over, completed there. You're now using the suit. It's not like he's just showing up in the movie and helping you fight. He's giving you tech so that you can fight and do your thing. So every single time that like Spider-Man's on screen are also being influenced by Iron Man. Like it was badass. And now we're gonna get the same thing for Doctor Strange. Once again, it's just speculation. I am not saying that I'm positive or sure or confirming that Doctor Strange is going to suit up Spider-Man's suit. But bruh. Bruh. Hold on, let me take the stream, bruh. Let me make sure the stream's good. 2 seconds. Okay, I bet we're good. All right. Um, let's keep it pushing though. Next we have. Let's go with. Huh. A tough one now. Hey, Dole.
What's up?
Do you know what movie this is?
Which one are you looking at? Hold on, let me go into this. Put your mouse over it. I think that's Justice League?
This right here is Justice League.
Oh no, that's the new Suicide Squad.
Isn't this the new Suicide Squad?
Wait. Actually, I don't know what that is, sorry. I was kind of blending in.
I don't know what that is. Alright, I'm gonna continue. Alright, so next, I'm gonna throw on Joker. Joker's gonna go right up next here, next to Logan. To me, these are both like in a similar category. They're like the period piece, the character piece, right? Where I wouldn't necessarily say like a Western is similar to what Logan is, but there's a bunch of different genres thrown into there. There's a variety of influences, and there's been a bunch of different like video essays and like interviews with the author and the writers about like the different styles and genres that have been implemented into Logan. Logan was amazing. Joker. Don't get me wrong. I think I got Logan over Joker. Don't get me wrong, but like Joker was like, I didn't want like crazy fighting, fantasy tricks and jokes, like none of that crazy stuff. Like the super schemes, like we got that in the Dark Knight Rises, right? Or it was Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight. It was great. Heath Ledger did an amazing job. Amazing job. I love the movie. Probably the best Batman movie there is. This piece, like, established the character. And it wasn't like... like, the way that they did it, too, like, you had, like... I don't know if you rewatch the movie, you'll notice it. But it's already been acclaimed for it. But, like, how you don't necessarily know what's real or not. Like whether like he was actually with a girl or not, like how far he actually went with it. Like you don't know what parts actually went on in his head. So that's one of the like better aspects of telling that, like, I don't want to say biopic, but like it's basically what it is, like the life of Arthur Fleck. And it was honestly really, really good. Like, I was not bored at any point. Like, even... We talk about, like... I want to say... It could be a nostalgic scene for, like, ever. But... I'm just not informed enough as to, like, what are all the variables that go into that? Like, what does the culture have to be like? What does the movie have to be like for it to be remembered like that, right? Because even though there's a lot of us here that are like more, we're young, right? We're modern, we're not young, we're not old whatsoever. So like maybe you haven't like gotten a chance to see a bunch of the older movies, but there's a bunch of movies that we have gotten a chance to see, because we're not that young. It's not like we're like 10. But there's a variety of ages that watch the channel, the content from like 12, 14, 16 or whatever to like 35, 40 or whatever. Like, look at a variety of individuals. So you've seen or you've heard about the movie Casablanca, Platoon, what else? Titanic. You hear about those classic movies within classic scenes. A scene to where, like, if you see it, like, scrolling down on Facebook or scrolling through Instagram or whatever, you can tell it's from that movie. immediately. Or, oh, it's that scene. That's what's happening. And you can tell the meme or joke or how it's being used in that instance immediately. I want to say that the scene where the Joker's dancing in the bathroom and the music plays, that's one of those scenes. That the movie is that good that scene itself can be pushed there. You go everywhere, IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, all kinds of different sites. Godfather 2, 3, top tier, bro. Rated the best, just top tier. And people remember those scenes, bro. You make the face, bro. I'm gonna make an offer again. Refuse. Bro, like people like these are great scenes. This scene where the Joker's dancing is a great scene. Memorable, bro. Forever, bro. I'm not one that's gonna let people slander either of these movies, bro. And I'm gonna put them here for a reason. I think.
Oh, by the way, freak you. The movie you were talking about is Birds of Prey, the one you're pointing on.
Birds of Prey. Okay, that's why I haven't seen it. I heard it's like super extra duper trash, like worse than Black Widow.
I personally don't watch the DCEU, so I can't comment.
All right. So, people often slander these next two movies, and maybe I have them too high, bro. I'm probably gonna end up putting like all the movies that I like up top. Can't do that. Gotta spread them out appropriately. So, we're gonna be real about it. We're gonna put Hulk right here. Just rewatch Hulk, and I rewatched Man of Steel recently as well too. Hulk is good. The fight scenes in Hulk, all of them, very satisfactory. Every single one. The competition, the individuals trying to stop the Hulk the entire time, competent. The storyline and the love connection in the Hulk never whatsoever impeded the storyline. It wasn't as if they had to go out of their way to include that love relation. It was step by step in moving forward with the plot. The plot was not slowed down, detoured, delayed, made boring by that relation whatsoever, ever. Every single point, even when they were about to have sex, it was intertwined with the plot. Oh, hey, like, he's getting hard, he's getting horny, he has to stop. Because his little heart monitor thing was going off, going crazy. He was about to turn. Just because he was about to smash. Like, even a scene like that, where they're relaxing after a big fight, then when he ran away with the girl, like, and then he can't even smash. Like that. That's what I'm talking about. Every single scene is progressing the plot forward. But that's not what it was in Endgame. Like there's you can't tell me that them going into the future to get their Infinity Stones to change things back, and along the way they meet every single one of their like past relatives or people related to them, or like individuals that like would greatly influence their emotional state, all of them, like, listen, bro, that's forced. And I didn't care for it at all. That's just what they needed an obstacle for why it would be difficult for them to get these stones, and they happened to make it to where, hey, your obstacles are going to be involving your feelings. Hey, can put your character with that. That was forced. I didn't like that. Hulk did not do that. Hulk was clear and concise. Hey, you're a problem. You were working for us. You went rogue. I gotta bring you in, and I'm gonna take that weapon inside of you. That was Ross. That was General Ross, whatever. Commander Ross. I think his name is General Ross. You had Abomination, bro. The entire movie's on the Hulk's back, bro. The entire movie, bro. Putting in that work, man. Like, Hulk was great, bro. To me, Hulk was more clinical than Black Panther. Way more clinical than Black Panther. Black Panther did a lot of playing around. I didn't. But Man of Steel was a good movie. Man of Steel's fight scenes, to me, are probably better than the majority of fights on this list right now. Not better than Infinity War. Probably on par with Logan. It's probably on par with Logan. The fights in Man of Steel are better than the fights in Civil War. Maybe Civil War had like a few scenes that were better, but all in all, no, it looked like just staged Hollywood stuff. Man of Steel wasn't like that. It had some pretty good CGI. There was a lot of CGI, but the CGI worked perfectly with their fights and what was going on. They were really putting in that work. 1 second, let me get my dog here. Let's get back to it. But yeah, Man of Steel's fight scenes were on it. Like, the Lois Lane parts. Those are the only parts that, hey, yo, relax. Those are the only parts that I didn't really, like, agree with. Or was okay with. Like, I think Lois somewhat dragged the movie down to an extent. And, like, how she was going out there, like, just... It was wild, but typical damsel trying to, like, interfere with superhero fights type stuff. Like, it was... But the rest of the movie was top tier. The rest of the movie was top class. For that, I'll bring it down. Because I just hyped up Hulk. But, bro, Man of Steel was definitely good. The original Justice League... Alright, let's see here. Next we have AntMan. The first AntMan was actually pretty good. It was actually really, really good. That's where we got the whole storytelling from the, I forgot the Mexican actor. I forgot his name. He's really good. He's in a lot of good movies. And he's really, really good. He's a good actor. Very, very good actor. Forgot his name though. But then you got the actual suit. I liked how the girl didn't like him at first, and then he fell from him or whatever. It was still annoying the entire time. I thought the pin was also like on his neck or whatever about the suit. Like the introduction to it, like it was a good setup for that. Good setup for that. Like it was different because it was a suit, but it wasn't like Iron Man suit where like the guy like where he just made it and it's all his own ingenuity. It's not like Peter Parker, who like we got a quick glimpse of it in Civil War, right? The beginning of him making the suit, or his own little like makeshift that he was out there like stopping buses with or whatever. But like whatever. I think those were really the only suits that we saw. Yeah. So Ant-Man's different one was pretty alright. I liked it. Let me go with let me go see. The new Suicide Squad was definitely like a lot better than the first one. It was actually pretty entertaining. I was actually entertained. Like I had fun watching the movie. It was yeah. Like it was still had corny dialogue to an extent, but it was like passing corny. Still forceful in the jokes, but it was passing. Definitely passing for sure. 100%. Snyder Cut was definitely better, but to be honest, it honestly just felt like it was just footage that they left out. Like it was just content that they just taken out, and it felt incomplete. It wasn't necessarily that it was just like completely better. I was very unsatisfied with like Superman at the end. The Snyder Cut's good. I want to put it right here next to everything else though. Yeah. The music for Black Panther though, bro. That's the new Suicide Squad. This is the first Suicide Squad. This is hot garbage. It was honestly hot garbage, bro. Like, I don't know why Will Smith got into that movie. He didn't help it at all. First Iron Man, like, bro. Like, I gotta put it out there. That was badass, bro. That was badass. Like, the flights, bro, the first flights, that was, bro. Iron Man really started up the MCU, bro. Like, Yeah, right. Took on that tank too, man. Like, woo! Yeah, it's up there for sure. Um, the Loki series, the Loki series wasn't that bad. I don't think it was actually bad whatsoever. It was definitely tolerable.
I'm reserved on the Loki series because it's not finished yet, but I really like season 1, so that's something. So if that's season 1, then I would agree with that placement.
Oh, I didn't know there was gonna be a second season. Wow.
Yeah, it's at the end.
Okay. Um, The Dark Knight Rises. This is the one with Bane or the Joker.
Bane, that's the last of the Batman trilogy.
Bane was, if not as good as Joker, people want to say that. Like, this is my personal opinion, so I'm not gonna rinse back or like play to any like pandering to anybody there. Like, to me, Bane was as good. His voice was not only like more notable than the Joker's. I won't say his physical appearance was, because the Joker's physical appearance is also like a big notable point of his. It's a classic, nostalgic notable point. Bane was new to me. I wasn't like as refreshed with the Batman's like different villains or whatever. As a child, the most animated series that I saw, including Batman, relax. Including Batman or Batman Beyond and like the Justice League or whatever. Like there wasn't like too many of the Batmans that I saw where I got to see a bunch of his villains. And if I did, they were like in the movies too. You know, where he faces like Iceman, the animated movies or whatever. But I'm not that familiar with all the variety of like Batman's villains. There's a bunch of them. I know there's a Grundy, there's a Gator, there's that Poison Ivy one. And this is all from movies. These are all from literally from like the DCEU animated series, which is superior in my opinion. But yeah, like Bane brought something new, bro. Like his first entrance, like he was not only like played the reflective part, right? Where like you have the hero and you have his other counterpart, which is very, very similar, right? It's us raising darkness as well, rise of ghouls as well. The same strategies, you know, similar as well. Even in the pit, they even had the comparisons where it brought Batman to the same pit where Bane was born from to basically try and get out and broke his back. To do the same thing that he did, and it happened. So like, I have no reason to like downplay or like disregard or complain about Bane. I enjoyed him as a character. Maybe I didn't like the fact that like the woman Hayek, she was ended up playing a big part as like the villainhood, but the entire time from the beginning of the movie, you could tell that like Bane was working for somebody. It wasn't just his prerogative. He was getting something done for the people or in association with other people. But yeah, Bane wasn't. Bane was there. Bane was that thing. The Dark Knight. That's the one with the Joker. Yeah, we're gonna put that top tier right there. Okay, looks like these are the original Spider-Mans. This one and this one.
That's the Amazing Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay, the Amazing. Okay. I don't think I ever saw those. With the first Avengers, that was a classic, exceptional. They put that above the rest of them. I'm gonna say about it. You guys already know about the Avengers, like it's greatness. Ultron was good too, but it had some different quirks to it. I definitely have Man of Steel above Age of Ultron. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Birds of Prey. Heard it was garbage. Dark Phoenix. This is the one where like Ooh, have you seen this one?
But I've seen Logan, the first X-Men, and then the Wolverine.
Okay. I think this is the one where like Jean is going crazy and like He's like at the end of the movie. Wolverine's like walking up to her and stuff like that. Like he's getting torn apart.
Oh no, that's I think that's X-Men Last Stand. I'm not sure if it's on here though.
Okay. You sure?
I think so, yeah. Dark Phoenix is like the Phoenix Force is in it, and Jean is like a villain. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen it though.
So the last stand is where like Wolverine kisses her and like his face like almost dies with her, right?
Yeah, I think that's Last Stand.
Okay, last stand. Yeah. That was a pretty good one, or memorable at least. Let's see here. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Iron Man 3. There's a lot of suits in there, and I liked the kid, his relationship with the kid. But none of the suits were necessarily dominant there, and like the quantity of the suits or eroded the luster of the quality of them. It also like improved or maybe even like made the luster like shine more, because what I'm saying is that like the so many different designs made it seem like, oh, there's just a bunch of Iron Man suits that like, all right, Iron Man suits are just like one of a dozen. Like it's not that like cool anymore or rare because there's so many of them. But then like the actual good suits or his main suits or the most badass looking suits, the suits he used in Infinity War, the mark the most signature marks, right? Like the marks that he was using in like at the end of Iron Man 2, even the portable one that he used during the race. But mainly the one he used at the end of the first movie and the one at the end of the second movie. Those are the signature mark suits. So that to me, that's the reason why I would like degrade it a little bit, because having so many suits did erode my opinion of it. But later on, it made me appreciate the suits more. So, Captain America: The First Avenger. Put it B. Honestly, it wasn't like I didn't hate it whatsoever. Like it was cool, compelling story. Like I liked it.
I think it's one of the stronger Phase 1 movies.
It's definitely better than Thor. But I don't know, like, okay, it's hard to tell from the rest of these. I didn't like Deadpool 2. The first Wonder Woman was actually pretty good. I actually kind of liked it a lot. Okay. So then we got the second Wonder Woman. Haven't seen it. Where is this? Batman vs Superman. Okay.
Yeah.
Put this here. I definitely wanted a lot more from that movie. A lot more. Guardians. Is Guardians 2 here too? I don't see it. Yeah, there it is. Which is the first one? Which is the second one?
That's the second one.
Right here?
Yeah. No, that's the first one.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, that's the first one, and then I think you already have the second one on your list.
This is the second one right here.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Okay. First Guardian was spectacular. Like, spectacular. And then every other movie from then on, like, their banter was like the best part. 100%. Thor: The Dark World. It was okay. Thor Ragnarok was actually pretty good. This is the Dark Knight Begins. Not that memorable. No, we don't do that. This is the Winter Soldier, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably better than nah. I like Civil War a lot. It's up there though. This is the second Spider-Man. I think they ruined the Jane part. Like the fact that she already knew was cool, but then like that should have been a way bigger part to play upon. Like we're not only were we anticipating that, but like the entire first movie was based on that, and then you just let it off with just like yeah, no. I don't know. Kind of like let me down. And this is the first one, right? Yeah, it has the Vulture on it. Yeah, the first Spider-Man was actually pretty good. Iron Man 2. Well, Iron Man 2 and the Hulk, though. I don't know.
I'm one of like, I don't know, I'm in agreement with like Hulk being one of the better MCU movies. To be honest.
Definitely. I enjoyed it more. Nah, I think it's in a good place. Because I could move it up one slot. Yeah, I'm just doing that. I honestly do got it. Yeah. Iron Man 2 though was still that thing though, because he was dealing with the whole poison, Black Widow, his dad, building the whole place. Like it, yeah, definitely had plot. He definitely had stuff going on. The first Thor. That was one where he lost his power. I mean that. Say again?
Oh, that's Thor 1.
Yeah.
That's Thor 1, yeah.
Like the fight up against the thing was cool, and then meeting Jane was cool. Yeah. But I still got AntMan over it. This is the one where he fights or he fights Deadpool, right? The messed up one.
No, that's X-Men Origins.
Okay, Origins. Okay.
The Wolverine is like after.
Well, he's in Japan, right?
Yeah, that's it. It's the same director who made Logan, or who directed Logan as well.
Yeah, it's been way too long with these Wolverine movies. I haven't seen the two Spider-Mans. This is the first Deadpool, right? Right here. Deadpool 1 is pretty good. Deadpool 1 is pretty good.
Is Deadpool 2 on here?
Yeah.
Or did you already add it? Okay. Alright.
Haven't seen Aquaman, Wonder Woman, WandaVision, What If, the two Spider-Mans. It's been a long time for these X-Men either. Damn, 7 X-Men movies. We should marathon the X-Men. That's what we should do. There you have
The
it,
earlier
ladies and
ones are
gentlemen. Good.
the earlier X-Men movies are good in my opinion. So is like the Wolverine. Not sure about like the more modern ones though.
Yeah, I think Apocalypse is the latest one. So in a perfect class, we have 5: Avengers, Joker, Logan, The Dark Knight, and Iron Man. Infinity War, yeah, I'm gonna keep it first. I probably honestly got Logan over Joker. I probably got Logan. Um, yeah, I got the biopic over the versus Batman, and Iron Man's right next to it for sure. Then the next category, A class, we have in the first Avengers, The Dark Knight Rises, with Bane, Civil War, The Winter Soldier, and Doctor Strange. And then B, you have Endgame, Man of Steel, Avengers: Age of Ultron, um, The Last Stand, Thor: Ragnarok. Yeah, Ragnarok over The Last Stand. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man 1, Hulk, and Iron Man 2. And then C, yeah, Wonder Woman, Captain America, the new Suicide Squad, the full cut of the Justice League, Black Panther, Batman vs Superman, Iron Man 3, Guardians 2, Deadpool, Spider-Man 2, Ant-Man, Dark Knight Begins, Thor, Loki and Winter Soldier series, and Thor: The Dark World. Followed up by 3, or in D category D, with the original Justice League, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Deadpool 2. Right below it, with Shazam and Captain Marvel. And in the garbage category, you have Black Widow, Suicide Squad, and Birds of Prey. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, folks, boys. Feast your eyes on the Marvel tier list, or Marvel versus DCEU movie tier list. Might change it up though, bro. I'm honestly probably gonna do a rewatch of like half of these. I'm for sure gonna do an X-Men rewatch because that's a marathon worth doing, for sure.
You can also watch WandaVision. It's really good.
Yeah. Bro, if I get in say that like sexist, like racist shit, bro, I'd be about it, but
Honestly, like it's in like my top tiers personally. It's really good.
damn. Okay. Might check it out. What about Aquaman? Is Aquaman good?
I haven't seen it. I didn't watch the DC movies. Kinda.
Have you watched the What If?
I have. It's okay. It's a thing. I don't think it's like particularly strong or that bad. It's just a thing that exists.
Alright. Alright, well, here you guys have it. Screenshot it, check it out. If you guys want to make your own tier list, this very same tier list, check the link in the description for your Discord. We have the link there. And you can make your own personal Marvel versus DCEU tier list. Like the video, subscribe, guys. See you boys next time.